The movie starts with a video of MaXXXine's childhood in which she was doing a dance performance for the church and now she wants to become a big actress. Because of this, she has come to audition the director today. MaXXXine's audition goes very well because the director liked MaXXXine's acting, confidence and attitude. After the audition, MaXXXine takes her car and leaves from here and reaches her village. Here, her colleague invites her to a party in Hollywood for which MaXXXine refuses and goes to shoot the scene. As soon as she came back from the scene, she got a call from her manager who gave her good news that the movie for which she had come for the audition she has finally got the movie. She immediately tells this to her friend whose shop is just below her apartment. Her friend was also very excited to hear this news. She couldn't stay here for a long time because she had to go somewhere else now. She wants a place where she has to dance live. She was dancing in an empty room. There was a mirror in front of her from behind which the other person was able to see her but MaXXXine was not able to see her. Seeing MaXXXine dancing, the man wearing leather clothes was going crazy with anger as if his bus was not running. He broke this mirror and killed MaXXXine. Anyway, after dancing, MaXXXine comes out of the room and finds another colleague who was inviting her to the party for which her colleague had invited her before for the Hollywood Hills party. Anyway, now she leaves for home. The night was deep but she was walking with such confidence as if she was not afraid. Walking like this, a man stops her in a dark alley. MaXXXine was not afraid. A police car also passed behind her but MaXXXine did not shout and call anyone for help. MaXXXine had a gun. She took out the gun and took the man to the gunpoint. Was he trying to scare MaXXXine? The poor man got scared. MaXXXine took off his fabrics at the gunpoint and then moved forward crushing many parts of his body with her heels. On the way, he said to the man, "When someone tried to kill me like this before, I crushed his head." After coming home, she watches a movie with her friend at night and goes to sleep. In the middle of the night, the doorbell rings in her house. She went out to see. When she came out, there was no one outside. Someone had kept an envelope outside her door. As soon as he put it, the man ran away from here by the lift. MaXXXine went home with the envelope. There was a tape inside it and when she opened it, she saw her own movie inside it. There were a lot of adult scenes in it. It seemed like someone was trying to blackmail her. Anyway, after this, we meet both of MaXXXine's colleagues who went to the Hollywood Hills party in which they also invited MaXXXine. She was kidnapped by the party and now her eyes and mouth were blindfolded and her video was being made. All this was being done by the same man wearing leather clothes. The next morning, MaXXXine goes to the studio. The first movie she got was a horror movie for which she had to change a lot of get-ups and now she was getting ready to make her face mask. For this work, a lot of wax was applied to her face and now she had to keep her eyes and mouth closed for a long time. As soon as she closed her eyes, she started feeling like there was a ghost behind her. As if the ghost was going to kill her by putting his hand on her neck. She suffocated and died but before that, she used to clean the wax from her mouth and breathe. After the scene was cut, we are shown a pool scene where two police detectives came because two corpses were found inside this pool. These corpses were not of anyone else but of MaXXXine's colleagues who were also made a strange symbol on their bodies after killing them. Here, MaXXXine is also free from her ears and as soon as she sits in the car to go home, she gets someone's card in her ear. A number was written on it and it was written that it would be good if we talk. Even though she didn't want to, MaXXXine got that number. On the other hand, whoever was talking, he called MaXXXine to meet him in a hotel. He was a personal detective who took money from people and spied for their purposes. In the evening, MaXXXine goes to meet this man and this man tells her that the man who was getting information about you wants to meet you now and if you don't meet him, he will be very bad with you. He will expose all the wrong things you have done and thus your future will be in danger. He gives her a newspaper cutting in which there was a murder report in Texas and seeing this, when he came home, he saw that the police detective was also at his house. Actually, he was investigating the murders of his colleagues. He didn't answer any of the police detective's questions because he was afraid that some police would get him in his last case. Although he had nothing to do with this case. Here, Black Miller had also trapped MaXXXine badly. If she wanted, she could have complained to the police about her, but she didn't complain to the police about her because if she complained, she would be trapped herself. Anyway, now he picks up the tape from his house that Black Miller had left at his house. He brought it to his friend and he told her to track this tape and see who recorded it. Meanwhile, he gets a call from his director who was taking him to show him the movie set. But here Maxine sees a girl through the window. Maxine knew that this girl wasn't actually here. She was just haunting her, scaring her because Maxine had killed this girl. Here, the director also tells Maxine that the producer doesn't want Maxine to work in his movie because Maxine's background is not good. But the director loves her acting and tells Maxine to give her 100%. I am with you. This movie will be in theaters and your fame will increase a lot. Maxine also nods her head because she didn't want to miss this opportunity. When she left for her house, she saw the same detective who told her to meet someone and he was following her. She got angry. She got out of the car and tried to explain to the detective that leave me alone or you will be in trouble too. After that, she sat in her car and went to her manager because now the situation was such that she wouldn't tell anyone. She tells her manager everything about how a man was blackmailing her and has also put a detective behind her. That man knows about all my past and has threatened me that he will expose me and ruin my future. The manager tells her to go and prepare for her movie. I will take care of the rest. She doesn't want to meet that man but starts memorizing the script of her movie at home. And the man who wanted to meet Maxine because of Maxine's behavior to take revenge on him, he kills his friend. He committed this murder so badly that everyone was scared. After the murder, he sat in the detective's car and we got to know that the detective is helping this man in every possible way. In the morning, as soon as Maxine got out of her flat, she was shocked to see such a crowd outside her flat. And when she got to know that her friend was murdered, she was left in shock. She had the same stamp on her body. The police takes Maxine to the police station because the 3 people who were murdered were in contact with Maxine and they had the same stamp on their faces. The police asks Maxine to tell them whatever she knows. The more you help us, the more we will be able to help you. And if you don't tell us anything, it is possible that the serial killer will kill you the next time because these 3 are very close to you, and if you don't tell us anything, it is possible that the serial killer will kill you the next time anyway. Maxine didn't tell anything to the police and she went back to her studio where her film was being recorded. Here she met her co-actor who gave Maxine a lot of confidence and made her believe that she will perform well in this movie. These people couldn't discuss the movie because the other girl had to go to a party in Hollywood Hills. Yes, but before going, Maxine told her co-actor that this will be fine in your mind. Before she finished her job and left, the detective came here who was lying behind her with a blackmailer. At this time, the detective also had a gun which the detective took out. Maxine was scared to see him and she was seeing her face in front of her. To save herself, she went back to the house where the movie was being shot. In saying this, she was really saved because the security caught the detective and his director. Seeing Maxine so scared, she knew that there was something wrong with Maxine. She tells Maxine that take this weekend but finish all the problems in your life because I couldn't tolerate any problems in my work. Maxine had put her words in her mind and now she had decided that she would finish all these things. She goes to a party in Berhat where the detective was already present. Maxine knew that the detective would follow her here too. That's why she followed him and came to a garage where Maxine's manager and another man were already waiting for him. As soon as he came here, he made the detective unconscious and took him to a junkyard and crushed the car with this man, which ended all the evidence of the detective's death. And a small problem also ended after all this. Maxine was very satisfied. She came to her house and started taking a shower. She didn't have any plan for the night, but then she remembered her co-actress. The one who told her that she was going to a Hollywood Hills party. In the same party, where her last 2 clicks had died, and now it was possible that her co-actor should also be killed there. Maxine thinks that maybe she can save that girl's life. Thinking this, she goes to Hollywood Hills and sees that the police detectives were also following her. When she reached the party site, she saw that there was no party going on here. Before she goes back, she hears some noise. She goes inside and sees that a video of her childhood was playing. The same video that we saw at the beginning of the movie. Maxine now goes inside this room. This is the same house where her clicks have been killed before. It was possible that this was also a trap for her. This is the same person whose face we couldn't see in the entire movie. The one who wears black leather clothes. For the first time, his face is shown. This is none other than Maxine's dad. Seeing her dad, Maxine still remains. This man was looking for Maxine for many years. After a lot of hard work, Maxine herself came to him. Why did she do so many murders? There was a reason behind it. He believed that the horror movies are corrupting the minds of people. People are going towards these sins. To stop these sins and to expose Hollywood, he did all those murders and made a stamp on their faces. Maxine came here to save her co-actress. But what did she know? That she died before she came here. At this time, her foot stepped on a suitcase which fell down while falling down the stairs and opened. And from inside came out her co-actress's severed head. Before Maxine could understand anything here, her dad makes her unconscious and brings her to a special place. Her dad believed that Maxine had disappeared and could be brought back. All the sins she had committed, to clear her of all her sins, these people were going to exorcise her. That's why she was tied to a tree. Here are many followers of her dad and everything is being recorded. Before Maxine's dad puts the same stamp on her face that he had put on other people's faces, detectives come here who were following her. While shooting at Maxine's dad, he had failed in his intentions and now there was a commotion here. Many people were killed by the bullets fired by the detective but Maxine's dad escaped. The detectives also ran after him and he was caught near the Hollywood Hills sign. While reaching here, both the police detectives were badly injured and Maxine's dad, who was also injured, was also tired and fell here. Maxine also came here to kill her dad. Before Maxine could kill her dad, a police helicopter comes up. Seeing this, many thoughts arise in Maxine's mind that if she kills her dad here right now, she will become a hero for everyone because her dad was a serial killer. Doing this will increase her fame because she killed her dad to save people. Everyone will start considering her a hero and before any movie is made, she will become a hit and then she will be interviewed on big channels. To do all this, all she had to do was kill her dad and without wasting time, she did it. She killed her dad by crushing his head. The scene is cut and now we are shown the scene after some time where Maxine's movie shooting is over. Maxine has also come to the premiere of her movie and according to her, she became famous before her movie was released. She was still being interviewed and thousands of people were going to listen to her. With her increasing fame, this story ends here with this final scene.